What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Getting Past It, the podcast. I'm your host, JR. Glad to have you all with me today on this wonderful Wednesday. Today's episode is going to be titled The Mirror Doesn't Lie, Owning Your Reflection. The power of reflection is super important. Are you being honest with yourself when you look in the mirror? Are you being the person that you said you are? The person that you're telling people you are? Are you that person, or are you selling wolf tickets? Just think about that for a second. I can tell you a lot of times, there's things that I think about myself, and when I stand in the mirror, I have to have that hard conversation because I might not be at that point yet. But the power of reflection, right? Really taking a look into the mirror and saying to yourself, am I who I say I am? Am I living up to the expectation that I'm setting? Am I hitting my mark? Am I hitting my goals? Or am I somebody completely different from who I'm articulating that I am? And it's hard, right? Because we all have hopes, dreams, aspirations of who we want to be, the way we want to behave, the way we want to be viewed by others. But most importantly, what about how you want to be viewed by you? When you look in that mirror, do you see the person that you say you are? Are you owning your reflection? So a big step in owning your reflection is understanding the difference between taking accountability and blame. Because if you don't take accountability for where you are, the steps you've taken, or the steps you haven't taken, and you consistently just lay the blame at somebody else's feet, how do you move forward? How do you get better in that space? If you're consistently pointing at somebody else for you not being where you're supposed to be, where's your skin in the game? Right? Where's your ownership of the direction of your life and where you are at this particular point? I can tell you, for me, long time ago, over and over and over, I consistently had these thoughts and ideas of wanting to start businesses and different things, and I would go get all these different people involved that I thought would be able to help me on the journey, and start having conversations about how we were going to attack this thing, how we were going to move forward, build the business. But then I would also allow others' non-action to stop me from moving forward. I wouldn't make any progress because I would consistently blame the other person and not lay any blame at my feet. I'm not doing anything because they're not doing anything. But what I realized is that I have to take accountability for me, right? My part in it. And I wasn't doing what I needed to do for me. I wasn't taking the steps to move forward and then saying, if y'all decide to get on the bus, get on. But the bus is pulling out the station, right? And we're moving forward. And if you want to come, get on. But if not, I'm going to go ahead and leave you behind. I can't blame somebody else for me not being where I want to be. I have to take accountability for that, for my inaction, my lack of action, the fact that I didn't move forward. That's on me. That's not on you. That's not on the next person when it comes to my story. But when it comes to your story, that is on you. What are you doing to be the person that you want to be? To be the person that you say you are? To honor that reflection in the mirror and to step into your true self? What are you doing to get there? So for me, one of the things that I find helps me when I need to reflect is journaling. Putting pen to paper. I find the most clarity when I can just sit down and write. Because for me, I don't know if it's a safe space. That's just the best way for me to articulate my thoughts and my feelings. But I feel like I get so much more out when I take a pen and connect it to a piece of paper and start writing. I don't find that I have the same zest or zeal for typing. Right? When I sit down, I can't reflect in typing mode. I don't know why. For me, it's pen to paper, pencil to paper. I don't know if it's the writing motion, but for me, that's when I have my moments of clarity, when I can truly articulate where I am and self-reflect and course correct. So a little bit about my story, and I said it a little bit earlier. Part of the thing with me was, I've had tons and tons of great ideas, but there was a lack of follow through due to procrastination on my part, wanting somebody else to help me, wanting other people to be involved, and not wanting to take ownership of the direction of my life and where I was headed, what I was doing, and how I planned on getting there. I wanted to have thought partners. I wanted to have people in the seats next to me that I thought would help get me there, but not thinking about what are their dreams, what are their goals, what are they good at, what things do they want to do with their time, right? Like, this is the person in the mirror is a reflection of me and who I am. And so with this podcast, I'm getting past it. I'm getting past not really owning my reflection, right? Passing the buck or passing the blame to somebody else. So I jump on here, consistently at this point, to talk to you guys so I can get past my procrastination, past the anxiety, past the things that stopped me from moving ahead in life and had a foothold on me, or that I was allowing to have a foothold. Right? It's almost like quicksand. Just letting it keep me stagnant and sinking, the feeling of being overwhelmed and not knowing what to do. And when you find yourself in those moments, do something. Think about all the different steps you have to take to get where you're trying to go. Pick one. Do it. Just get that ball rolling. Take accountability. For example, and I need to get back to it because I don't know if you can see it, but I've started to develop a gut. So, part of, what I need to own from my reflection standpoint is getting in shape. I always tell myself I want to be in the best shape of my life. And I know a bunch of people that can help get me there. And I've had people give me all the tools and different things. And I know exactly what I need to do. It's taking the steps to do it, though. Right? As much as I come on here and I talk to you guys, and then the conversations I have with my son, and all those different things. Like, for me, owning my reflection, part of that is if I want to be healthy, if I want to be here for, a long period of time, I don't want to have to take medicine as my food or any of those things. I know I need to eat healthier. I know I need to drink more water. I know I need to exercise more and get outside and walk. But I have to own that. I got to own a reflection in the mirror at this particular moment that says, hey, get outside. Because right now, when I look in the mirror, I'm not my healthiest self. I can do more. And what am I doing to get there? When my wife says, hey, babe, let's go for a walk around the neighborhood, and everything in me just wants to sit down and watch TV. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Owning that reflection in the mirror would say, hey, put on your shoes. Go get that mile in. Right? Get her done. So with that being said, I don't want to stay in front of y'all for too long, right? Because at this point, I want to give y'all some homework to do. And first thing I want you to do for me is place in the comments, what thing do you need to own when you think about owning your reflection? But before you can get to that point, take 5 minutes, and I want you to have your mirror moment. I want you to sit with yourself for a minute. Grab a pen, grab a sheet of paper, and think about 3 things that you can own or shift today that would change your life for the better. 3 things. And then from those 3 things, because we're going to do this in bite-sized chunks. From those 3 things, I want you to pick one thing that you're going to start doing on a consistent basis to make that a habit. And that might be meditating for 20 minutes a night, or 10 minutes or 5 minutes a night for clarity. Getting up and working out in the morning for 15 minutes. It don't need to be long. Baby steps. But do something. This is your call to action. As a parent, we talk to our kids every day about who they are, about taking responsibility, about ownership, about all of those things. But there are things in each of our lives that we don't take ownership of. So how can we get better in that space? How can we become the person in the mirror that we say we are? How can we be the reflection? How can we be who we envision when we look into that mirror? And that's that incremental steps. I had a leader of mine's who would always say, I'm looking for incremental improvement. That was the messaging that this person consistently gives. Incremental. I'm not looking for perfection, progress. I want to see progress, right? Because once you start taking those steps and you start building that momentum and you start seeing things change, whether it's you wanting to lose weight and your clothes start fitting different. You might get on the scale and the scale still say the same thing, but that shirt not as tight. Those jeans are a little looser, right? Because your body composition is changing. Some of that fat is turning into muscle. Or it's a business you want to start and you might not have made a dime, but you're starting to see it come to fruition. You're starting to see the bits and pieces come together. And as those things are happening, you're recognizing those little wins and celebrate your little wins. Don't wait for some big moment, right? To where you make it feel like it's this big to do. Celebrate those incremental successes that help you get to where you're going. As you begin to own your reflection and you're watching it change and you're watching you step into you, celebrate you for the work that you're doing on you. We celebrate everybody else. We celebrate everybody else's accomplishments. Make sure you celebrate your own. As you watch yourself evolve and grow, acknowledge the changes that you are making, especially when you're better for it. Don't minimize yourself for somebody else's happiness. Be you. Own your reflection. Be who you say you are. I'm working on being the best me. I hope you're working on being the best you. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend. This is Getting Past It, the podcast. I'm your boy, JR. I appreciate your time. Thanks again. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And pick something and get past it. Have a great day.